Alright, bros, are you ready for a story? Yeah, I'm just doing this unscripted and doing it like first try, so it's whatever, we're gonna go with it because I want to make this. Hi, I'm Neon. I have to introduce myself. And, I've come with a bit of announcements for my web series, Sightmare. I made a community post about what happened with it, but, most people don't see those, so I'm gonna say it here so people know. Sightmare, it's a strong word to say discontinued, but there's a reason why I will not be posting about it anymore, or I won't be working on it, or making the comic for it. First, I'll say I'm really, really sorry for hyping it up. I shouldn't have. The whole thing I shouldn't have. I was stupid. I was very, very stupid, and I shouldn't have done it. And these are my reasons why. Sightmare was just a coping mechanism. Ever since I made it, that was the only point of it. The whole story is very personal to me, and it always has been. Every character is based off someone I know in real life, and every imagined monster is based off something or some kind of conflict I've had, or something extremely personal I won't get into. And, it was a nice story. I think it was it was a pretty okay story. It had a kind of okay plot, and it worked. But it was just that I felt so vulnerable after posting, just over and over about Sightmare and showing each new character and saying, I'm making the comic soon, I'm making the trailer soon. And I just felt more vulnerable all the time. I just didn't feel comfortable with all that information out there. So Sightmare is not going to be completely trashed. Sightmare is still going to be a story. Hell, it's going to be in the same universe as the new story. It's just that Sightmare will be my personal project. So all I'm doing, Sightmare will not be worked on publicly. It'll be worked on privately. That means there will still be a comic about this. It is not going away. It's just that you won't see it for a while, and I'll work on it at my own pace. Now to get to the fun part about the news story. Like I said before, Sightmare was a coping mechanism with helping us emotions and, depression and all that kind of stuff. And it was a replacement to the original story. I had a story before Sightmare, and I used Sightmare to cover it up. So now that Sightmare's out of the way, I can bring back my dream. My dream story that I've made ever since 3 or 4 years ago. This story is very, very old. I was working on this story back in 5th grade, right? And it's been my favorite thing ever since I made it. Obviously, it wasn't as perfect as it is now, but that's when I started working on this. This has been through a lot. And this story is called Deceit. It might get a name change. I might just ask in the comments if you guys have any ideas for names, because all I want the name to say is it means something to be lied to, or, deceive, which is why it's called Deceit right now. Or I might just call it Deceive, whatever. But right now it's called Deceit, because that's been its name ever since the beginning. So Deceit is a story that takes place in the same universe as Sightmare does. An animal world with mortal animals that have gods up at the top controlled by realms. But in this case, it's more focused on the realms than it is the people. And as a perspective, this story starts about 20 or 30 years after Sightmare does. So if the characters from Deceit were to meet Cece would be around 30 years old, early 30s. So yeah, they'd be kind of old. But I might have an interaction like that, I don't know, but that's how old Cece would be. But this story, to summarize it pretty small, because I don't want to sit here talking forever, is that if you remember for the story of the story of Sightmare, the whole point was that the light and dark gods, Kree and Dis, they made the child Zarison who was supposed to split into a light and dark later in life, but he was like, no, I don't want to do that. So he just makes himself more unstable until he splits into 4 in an accident. So Zarazin looks very lizard-like, and because his reign lasted a lot longer, every generation after him looked more lizard-like, or more animal-like. And that's where Queen Valo and Queen Gala come from, who are the king and queen of the light and dark realm in Deceit. And the whole point of the story is that Queen Gala is like, I want to rule the whole universe. I don't want to be in balance with the light realm. So what she does, she takes her minions and she goes to attack all of the 10 normal realms. Because there's bazillion infinity realms about every little element. But the main ones, I'm going to see if I can remember them all. Water, fire, forest, or life, I think it was. Rock, or no, it was earth. Thunder, metal, or it was mineral, I think. Yeah, mineral. Air, or I think it was wind. Yeah, it was wind. What am I missing? Snow. Techno. And then, wait, what am I missing? Let me think. Oh no, what am I missing? I don't remember. Oh, Ghost. Ghost. That's what it was. Ghost. Ghost. Okay, got it. I can't believe I actually remember all those. So they went and raided each of those, and they stole, or they tried to steal, the royal heir. Because it was around that time where the royal heir was about to hatch. Yes, even though most of them are mammals, they all hatch from eggs, because they're all random species. So they tried to steal the eggs, but they only stole 5 out of the 10. So 5 of them was taken and raised in the Dark Realm to become, angsty little teens, as they are. And the other 5, in some kind of random accident, they didn't get taken, and they were somehow ended up in the mortal world, raised by mortals, and treated like mortals. The main character is a guy named Whirlpool, who was stolen from the Water Realm, who was supposed to be the next king, but then taken to be in the Dark Realm. And he goes through the motions of life, realizing he is in the wrong crowd, and who he's supposed to be with, which is he's supposed to be friends and with every single other child, that being light and dark. So he realized this over time. Also, he's super gay. I'm not gonna spoil why he's super gay, but there's someone there that makes him super gay, and it's the best part of the story. But I already have the designs out. They're my favorite characters in the world. I worked so hard on their designs. The other ones were supposed to be so personal, they didn't have much thought into them. These guys, they are ready to go. These guys look like they can be made out from merch and made plushies out of, and I love them to death. Deceit is something I'm so excited about. And again, I'm terribly sorry I got rid of Sightmare, because people actually were excited about that. It was too edgy, too dark for me, and it was only just a vent. Just a huge, huge vent. Because coincidentally, when I started my channel, was around the time I trashed Deceit and started working on Sightmare. But Deceit is back. Deceit is ready to go back in action to become the small animated series that I always wanted. Or just the small series I've always wanted. I will be sending in what they look like, so you guys can see how much I love these characters. But I can't wait to show you all the work I've been doing over the years. Because even though I was working on Sightmare, I worked on Deceit secretly. But I can't wait to show you guys. And, yeah, I'm also sorry for being extremely inactive. I've just not been in the mood to animate or any mood to do anything, to be honest. But, hope you have a good day, I guess. And I hope you'll be happy with the decision I made with kind of getting rid of Sightmare and replacing it with the better story of Deceit. And sorry the video is so long, we have rambling for too much. But, see ya, I hope you have a good day, I guess.